Hey, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. This is a really beautiful antique book cover. This one is called High Roads of History. It's a school book from 1909. I left the cover alone. It was just beautiful. The olives and the emerald greens in here, the black, it's really, really beautiful on its own. And then on the spine, I just added this beautiful green tassel. And let's have a little look on the inside. This is the original inscription, the woman who owned this book, and that is in pencil. So if somebody wanted, they could rub it out. I try never to, because I find it's nice when there's a personal connection to a book. So here we go down here, 1909. This is the original page of this book. So it's one of the history pages. So everything in here, as you know, is authentic, antique, and vintage ephemera, except for the tea dye pages, which I hand stamp. And this will be on Etsy shortly. I'm trying really hard to stock my Etsy shop for the upcoming Christmas season. And as fast as I can get them out, I will. But I don't want to take away from the quality of them. This tag here is made out of a piano player roll box. And so it's got that beautiful black cover to it, and it's nicely aged on the back. And then we have some children's book pages here. This is a bookmark that's made out of the cover of one of my past journals that was done with an oil painting. That's kind of fun, eh? And then just a little journaling envelope there. And we jump over here to this map that is from 1955 of Europe. And it's from a postage stamp collector's binder. There was a whole set of these beautiful full color maps. So the happy owner of this journal gets to have the European page map. This is a photograph from the, I'm going to say about 1920s. And that was in my photo collection from the Lost Family. I'm just going to put that here for now. And then this is from the 1892 edition of Demarest magazine. And this page has this lovely image here. And then this gorgeous one on the back. Isn't that beautiful? I love that magazine so much. I've gotten a lot of use from that. And just some really fun little antique paper clusters here. Somebody's name was stamped in a book and a date there from 49. On the flip side here in this sweetheart pocket, I've got this antique postcard. And that is from the early, actually it's from the very early, probably around 1910-ish. You can see the horse and buggies here and no cars in the picture. And then we have from Paris, France Almanac from 1938, August. And again, that was World War II era, so it's really fun if you throw some of the words into Google Translate to see what their humor was. This is a receipt from 1953 from Lowell, Massachusetts, and that was for all kinds of fun food there. Looks like this was a bakery, and that would have been the supplies that they bought. And just a nice little vintage tag here, and that is from Germany. And it's good until April 1986, but it was from the 20s, given out in the 20s. And just a really cool vintage American stamp for the Girl Guides. Isn't that fun? It's hard to find Girl Guide things, so that was kind of fun to find that. Vintage doily there, and some old lace here, or trim, and a vintage pattern instruction book that I took out of a pouch. And this is one of those wonderful Nielsen's Chocolate Company hand-typed recipe pages that is stained naturally. I didn't stain it. I hope they're chocolate stains. And then I've just put this antique book page with this pre-printed publisher's image here of a tulip. Did a nice little antique cluster up here and here. And this vintage playing card. It's nice and worn. And this is a wonderful plate from a children's book, The Disturbers of the Peace. You've got the geese squawking at the children there at the lake. It's kind of fun. This is really cool. In this pocket here, which is an antique music sheet, is a book I pulled out of the Samuel Johnson pocket book. And he is here under the onion paper. Isn't that beautiful? From 1709 to 1784. I think that's wonderful. Little piece of history there. And that's from the 1950s Theatre Arts magazine. A piece of vintage upholstery fabric. And under here is just a nice little hidden journaling spot. And there's the other side of that. Nielsen's recipe book for brownies. Yum! And more of that sweet little pattern instructions, some lace, and that beautiful Magic Garden page from the early 1900s with the gorgeous green imagery that the publishers added. This is the spine from the book and the interior spine, and this is a page out of Billboard magazine, all about the carnivals, and there's some great advertisements here. Yeah, 1928. So a lot of really cool things in there. How times have changed. You'll get a real kick out of reading that. And you can tuck more things in here as well if you like. And then just a page out of How to Make a Garden. I pulled this out of an atlas, a vintage atlas. It was at the front of the book. Kind of love that. More botanical pages. I made this pocket out of a children's book page. And this is from a 1950s yearbook. Love the hairstyles. Love it. And then this is from an this one is 1900 exactly. Sorry, there. And it's these two sweet little children sitting on the stairs. Isn't that adorable? Undressed kids. Sweet, sweet, sweet. And that is, actually, that's a real prize, that one. I've been holding on to it, and I've just got a few left, so I was finally ready to let it go. And a Magic Garden page again here. A vintage recipe book. A vintage pattern cover. That would have been the pocket. The back of it disintegrated, so I couldn't save it. Just add a little piece of bling there. And in this removable pocket, which is a sewing book page, I've just got this. It's the cover of a sewing magazine and knitting, and then it's got these wonderful advertisements. So if somebody likes to do their own clusters, you can break those up and make mini clusters out of it, which is what I was going to do. It's got this great tape measure on it. Isn't that neat? I used to do that. And on this side, I've just got a vintage receipt. It's got the carbon paper still in it. Is that cool? And that's another fun little journaling spot. You can tuck more little hidden things in there if you like. And this is the cover. I've talked about this. This is in a lot of my journals. 1003 Household Hints and Work Savers. So this is the front cover and the back cover. Look at the drive-in theater. Just so fun. Just really, really fun. I love the old advertisements. The shop to know in Buffalo. Cooley Motors. Just awesome. Here's some poems here from a children's book. And spending the family's money. Yes. Our children are good at that. And I think that brings us almost to the end. Look at this gorgeous plate here. Isn't that lovely? The Northwest Passage. And there we go. So I'm putting that on Etsy momentarily, and hyperstamper.etsy.com, and don't forget to subscribe.